Welcome to another episode of Tie 2-4 Sports. I'm going to say it again. Tie 2-4 Sports. Okay, so now we got an episode of Monday Night Football times two because we got two games tonight. We got the Jags versus the Buffalo Bills, and we also have the Washington Commanders against the Cincinnati Bengals. So before I get to the show, let's go with the picks. So we got an action-packed game. I got player props and I have picks. So split these up. Try to do as many singles as you can and maybe put just a small amount on the parlay. I wouldn't put everything in the parlay. I would probably go with the plus 9.5 and leave the money lines out of the parlay just in case because, it's been a kind of underdog weekend. But we got the Jags plus 9.5. We got Buffalo money line. I would do that money lines by themselves. Okay, then we have Washington plus 9.5, and we got Cincinnati money line. Anytime touchdowns, we got James Cook for Buffalo, and then we got Jamar Chase for Cincinnati. For the MLB, both money line, I got the Philadelphia Phillies, which is active right now. Sorry for being late. I had a long day. No excuses. But also, we got the Houston Astros money line. So I'm going to leave that up there. Also, okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Also, if you like to donate to the channel, it's down at the bottom, but let me also pull it up visually in case you can't see the bottom ticker. The Cash App is $TY Rebel 22. I appreciate all the donations you guys are sending so we can continue to the channel, have the StreamYard and just get have it going better and better as time goes on. So please donate at $TY Rebel 22 and make sure that you share it with all your friends and family members and like the video when you watch. That way it doesn't get shadow banned and YouTube picks it up. And also hit the bell when you subscribe. That way you get the notifications. And follow me at TY24 Sports on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. You can also still find me at TY Sports Picks 24, but it's easier to find me on TY24 Sports. That's the easiest way to find me because there's only one TY24 Sports. So I hope you guys got that down. I hope you guys put down the picks. Since we're so close to the game, we're gonna go straight to the Instagram. That's gonna be our only segment today. We're just gonna kind of review the things that have been going on in the world of sports, in the world of NFL. And as you know, tomorrow night they'll continue the WNBA playoffs. So we'll definitely revisit that later on in the week. Shout out to all the teams that won yesterday. I think Connecticut won. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you're a fan of, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever did not win. New York Liberty definitely won. Shout out to Aja Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces for bringing home a victory. But let's get to the football. Now, this guy looks like Ice Cube. He looks mad. He looks like NWA. A knowledgeable guy with attitude. You know what I mean? Okay, but head coach Antonio Pierce, he's actually from LA, with an alarming statement following the team's shocking loss to the Panthers. Now, the Raiders were rolling after they beat the Ravens, and they lost at home to the Panthers that everybody thought was sorry after they benched their second-year first-round quarterback. The head coach Antonio Pierce is quoted as saying, as the game went on, there were definitely some individuals that made business decisions, and we will make business decisions going forward as well. So I guess he means he's going to pull out those scissors and start cutting some guys or maybe trading them, getting them up out of Vegas. Vegas is a wonderful place to live. If you can't live in L.A., Miami, New York, why not live in Vegas? So maybe you got to send these guys to Buffalo or send them to, it's a lot of places that you would want to be in the NFL, maybe Minnesota, somewhere that's cold, but in Minnesota has a dome. Okay, it says anyone knows who he's referring to. That's what it says in the comment section. It also says, didn't see the game. Who made business decisions? So let's see. Hopefully Luke Getsy. His offensive play calling is trash. So maybe he's talking about the offensive coordinator. Then they say Devontae Adams. A lot of people saying Devontae Adams wants to leave and go to the Jets and reunite with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's very much true or not, but he was kind of like, not so happy visually. I saw a little bit of the game. I was, flipping through games yesterday, so I saw some of it. Okay, now with the Chargers, the Chargers, they took an L to the Steelers yesterday, as I predicted. Okay, so Darwin James, the former Florida State safety, now Chargers safety, has been suspended without pay for one game due to multiple violations of player safety rules. Using his helmet for a hit on Steelers tight end Pat Faramuth. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, but man, they gotta chill. This is not college football, man. You suspending a guy a game without pay, talking about targeting, and then it says the NFL VP of football operations, John Runyon, said your continued disgrace for NFL playing rules will not be tolerated. Man, a lot of these guys that never played football or they're just straight up hypocrites, you go out there and tackle somebody. These guys are going full speed. Some of the offensive players are ducking their head down too. So it's like, where do you hit them? Because if I was a coach, I would coach guys to go from the chest down. But sometimes when they're running towards you, they'll bend low and all you got is knees. You know what I mean? And I've seen some guys hit guys' knees and legs and they get knocked out. Tua hit somebody's leg and knee or whatever and got knocked out. So it's like, do you want the safety only for the offensive players? Just like last week, they were saying maybe they should get rid of one safety to make it easier for the quarterback to throw. That's ridiculous, and that's not respect that Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and Dan Marino that had to throw with 2 and 3 safeties out there, sometimes 3 safeties. So I think they got to stop being soft and just accept that this is a game that everybody is not fit to play football. I had a show about that. You can go look it up on the same channel. You know, you're just too soft. You know, coaches being soft, players being soft, even fans being soft. Okay, Christian McCaffrey for the 49ers, the running back, he traveled to Germany over the weekend to visit a specialist in regard to his ankle. So he's really trying to get on the field. He's leaving the country to get a second or third opinion. Also, Javon Hargrave has partially torn his tricep and will be out for the season. So I don't know what's going on with the 49ers. They gave up a big lead and lost to the Rams, and now they're losing some of their key players. You know, and this was a team full of a lot of guys that didn't practice and didn't want to play during the preseason. You know, some guys played. It also says the former New England Patriot wide receiver Jalen Reagor has been signed to the Chargers practice squad. So the Chargers mean business. They're really trying to win. Yannick Ngakoue is being signed as a free agent, so he's going back to the Ravens. He was big time, but then he chased after the money, moved around the league. Sometimes when you're balling, you got to stay where you were at. Says jersey swap looks so real. Dane, I wanted him. And you will washed up vet that resurrects his career on the Ravens. So these guys kind of got some nasty comments in that comment section. So let's go to another page. Let's go to something a little bit more lighthearted. Let's look up the actual official NFL page and see if we can see some highlights from yesterday's games. And I got the picks up there, so I hope you guys are going on your Hard Rock app, your FanDuel, your DraftKings, Bet Online, and everything, and putting those picks in. While you're watching this show, you can be doing that right now, especially with that baseball. So as I said, we got the doubleheader, so that's why I got Monday Night Football × 2. So the 7:30 game, that's coming up soon because it's 7:08. On ESPN, we got the 7:30 game. We got the Jags at the Bills, and then on ABC at 8:15, we got the Washington Commanders at the Cincinnati Bengals. So this should be a great treat for football fans. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's scroll down and see what was going on. Okay, so this is not too long ago. You seeing is that Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter? You know those guys are actually I was about to say twins. They're cousins. They're actually from the state of Florida. I don't know what their connection is with Von Miller. Yeah, because Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter, they used to play close to Buffalo. They were part of the Toronto Raptors. And then they split up. McGrady went to Orlando back home, and then Vince Carter, he went all around the league. You know, he's been in Dallas, he's been in a lot of different places, and so has McGrady. McGrady was in Houston in different spots, but I don't know what their connection is to Von Miller. This is another video on Khalil Shakur. He's not a big time receiver, but he's very good at that slot position. You know, he tore the Dolphins up, and he's just really been reliable for the Buffalo Bills. You know, signing some autographs for the fans before Monday Night Football. But let's check out some of the stuff that happened yesterday. If you didn't know, the Giants had a big day, and Malik Neighbors, their rookie out of LSU. You know, nobody does wide receivers like LSU, except maybe the Miami Hurricanes. You know, shout out to Isaiah Horton. But basically, he put on a show. If I'm not mistaken, I was looking something up. I'm gonna try to find it. He's in the top in the league through 3 weeks in yards, catches, and touchdowns in the top 3 and everything. Okay, for all you Dolphins fans, we're the reason why the Seahawks are now 3-0 because no Tua, and then I don't know what's going on with Huntley, the guy out of Broward County that said he loved to be a Dolphin. He's a hometown kid. They signed him. I don't know if he was a free agent or a practice squad guy. My mother was just recently asking me about that, but I know they had him as the emergency only quarterback. So they took Tim Boyle off the practice squad and made him the backup, and he finished the game because Skylar Thompson got hurt, but it was only like a chest injury, like a rib injury or something. So Skylar may play next week. I'm hoping for Huntley. No disrespect for Skylar, but I feel like he hasn't been the same since his rookie year when he helped us go to the playoffs when Tua was absent. Now, this is a former Ole Miss Rebel. So shout out to DK Metcalf, but boo because he's killing the Dolphins. And then this is also Geno Smith, a local guy out of Miramar High School, from Miami Gardens. Okay, let's scroll down. All right, this is from the Packers game. This is actually a backup quarterback. Okay, but this is the running back he's handing it off to. So this guy tried to hurdle, and look what happened. He messed around and found out, yeah, I can jump too. Got knocked out the air. So, sometimes coaches always say, stay on the ground. That's why they say stay on the ground. Okay, another upset was the Broncos over the Buccaneers. I don't know if the fix was on. It's no way the Buccaneers just lay down at home after starting off so good against the Broncos. But the older fella told me they're all professionals, so never underestimate anybody. Okay, now let's go to that other page so I can show you the thing about Malik Neighbors. Let me see if I have the other page I was telling you guys about. I'm going to see if it comes up. Okay, we're in luck. The 33rd team. This is a great football page just for different, football nerd, statistics and different things, pretty neat things. This is talking about quarterbacks in the drop back era. What is it? It's showing a percentage, but okay, I'm not understanding what it's saying. EPA per drop back. Okay, so we're gonna go past that because we don't care about an EPA. Yeah, we care about wins. That's the number one stat. But I want to see that thing about Malik Neighbors if I can find it. Okay, and also shout out to this guy. We already told you how the Raiders lost to the Panthers. This is the key guy why. Andy Dalton, Mr. Washed Up from the Cowboys and from the Cincinnati Bengals, where they got him out of nowhere, out of the land of no return. And it says, Andy Dalton's our quarterback. He gives us the best chance to win. That's coming from head coach Dave Canellis. So that's the same guy. He wasn't there last year, and he's the one that benched Bryce Young. So you look at Andy Dalton. This was just one game, so don't get overexcited because once they get tape on you, they adapt. But he was 70.3% completion as far as a completion percentage. He had 319 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions in that one game. In the first 2 games, Bryce Young has went 55.4% completion percentage. He's thrown for 245 yards, no touchdowns, and 3 interceptions with a passer rating of 44.1, while Dalton's passer rating was 123.6. So that's abysmal. Okay, now, the guy that had no touchdowns is getting touchdowns now. He did it in week 2. Now he's doing it in week 3. Shout out to the legend son that was a legend himself in college, Marvin Harrison Jr., showing out, even though his team did take the L to the Lions. Okay, I'm still looking for the Malik Neighbors thing. That's just more Tua news for you Dolphins fans. I'm going to find it for you guys. Just give me 1 second. See, it's news going on constantly, so you'll see the story. And then, okay, here it goes. Malik Neighbors sets 2 NFL records in week 3. First player with 20-plus catches and 3-plus touchdowns in their first 3 career games. Youngest wide receiver to catch 2 touchdowns in one game because he was 21 years old in 56 days. Now, that 56 days thing, 21 is 21. Come on, man. Unless your birthday is soon and you turn to 22. Winners and losers in the quarterback as far as week 3. A big winner was Sam Darnold winning over C.J. Stroud in the Houston Texans. So shout out to those Vikings. Then a loser, Will Levis. It speaks for itself. You got to stop turning the ball over, sir. Malik Willis, that was Will Levis' backup, and Will Levis replaced him, and now he's not playing too much better himself, while Malik Willis has been resurgent in Green Bay. So sometimes it's not the player, it's the coaching, and it's the organization. Remember how Tua was before he got a new coach? Okay, losers. The 49ers as a team, losers. Winners, Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert was nowhere to be found basically for the beginning of the season. Yesterday, he was a big part. He had like 10 catches or 10 plus catches, like over 100 yards, like or 170, something like that. Big stats against the Saints in the Eagles' upset win. Then we got Bryce Young. Of course, we know he got his job taken, so he's a loser. But he's not a loser in life. He just lost his job. Okay, and then that's the 49ers coach, Kyle Shanahan, not looking so happy after that L. They took to the Rams, but they gave up a big victory. Because if you look at it right here, they were up 14-0 in the first quarter. Then it was 14-7 at half. Then it was 21-14 going into the third quarter. Going into the fourth quarter. In the final quarter, they only scored a field goal and they let the Rams score 13 points. So that was a big part of that comeback victory for the Rams. Also, let's see what's going on in the world of college football. And I'm gonna get you guys up out of here. So we're going to go to On 3 really quick. We're going to go to On 3. So we check out On 3. You'll see the new top 25. We got Texas at 1. We got Georgia at 2. Ohio State 3. Followed by Alabama at 4. Tennessee 5. Ole Miss 6. The U at 7. You know, hotty-toddy for Ole Miss too. I got to get excited for my school. Then we got Oregon 8. Penn State 9. Utah number 10, shout out to Kennan. Then we got 11 Missouri, 12 Michigan with the big win over USC, which is 13. LSU with a nice second half, number 14. Louisville with a good win at 15, beating Georgia Tech because Georgia Tech is a good team. Then we got Louisville's opponent for this upcoming week I think week 6 or week 5. I'm not sure what it is. Louisville plays Notre Dame. Notre Dame is 16. Then we got Clemson. Then we have Iowa State. Then we got Illinois at 18. No, I'm sorry, at 19. So 18 is Iowa State, 19 is Illinois. At 20, we got Oklahoma State. At 21, we got Oklahoma. Then we got BYU at 22. And the team they just beat, Kansas State, which plays Oklahoma State this week. So Kansas State is 23 and Oklahoma State is 20. So that's a good matchup this week. And then we also have Texas A&M at 24 and then Boise State at 25. And bad news for Boise, apparently, I'm not sure if it's true or not. They're saying that Tulane, South Florida, and Memphis will not be going to the Pac-12. So they'll have to find some different schools, maybe closer to the West Coast. Because South Florida, even though they played well against Miami or Alabama, they will not be going to the Big 12. You see it right here. It says Memphis, Tulane, and South Florida are expected to announce their commitment to the AAC after exploring Pac-12 realignment. So I don't know what happened. Maybe the money wasn't right. Maybe they couldn't pay their buyout. Because I don't understand what it's like when 3 teams plan on leaving the conference and then they decide to stay in a conference that's a lesser conference or equal. But, you know, some people would say the Pac-12, because of the name, is a bigger and better conference. Some of the games that we have on the slate for this week. So on Friday night, we're going to have Virginia Tech against Miami number 7 in the country. And then on Saturday night, we got Georgia going to Alabama, so number 2 against number 4. Then we got Kentucky going against Ole Miss on ABC on Saturday. And then we got Oklahoma State and Kansas State, both ranked teams. We got 2 ranked teams in Louisville and Notre Dame. Now, one thing I don't like, I'm not sure if it's going to be on NBC, but this game is going to be on Peacock. And I think they should have it on national TV so people can see a big game like Notre Dame and Louisville. Then we got Colorado going against UCF. An undefeated UCF team. Colorado better watch out. You got Oklahoma going to Auburn. You got Ohio State against a 1-loss Michigan State team, or maybe they're 2 losses. I'm not sure, but Michigan State is pretty good. Then you got Illinois and Penn State, both 2 ranked teams, undefeated in the Big 10. They're going to be facing off. And then we got Washington State and Boise State. So we got a lot of good games this weekend. That's going to be the show for the day. My name is TY24 Sports. Also, you can find me at Ty Sports Picks 24, but it's easier to find me just TY24 Sports. And remember to donate to the Cash App, TY Rebel 22. There goes the picks. I hope you guys win a lot of money tonight. See you later.